All right, you guys, welcome back to Ragdown Planting. So, today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to read a little something from the Houseplant of Encyclopedia. And the title states, Why Plants Fail. Most common mistakes. Most plants, not from neglect, but from too much attention, they are drowned, overfed, or given too much sun. Too much, too cold, or too hard water has killed many plants. If the drainage hole is plugged up, dangerous excess moisture will build up in the pot, the precondition for root rot. Not all plants can stand having drops of water on their leaves. Moreover, wet leaves are prone to fungi attack. Listen to this. Wrong location. Light and temperature are largely determined by location. If the plants are poorly placed, sun hungry species will get too little light. Lovers of warmth will be too cold, and vice versa. Plants are also upset by temperature fluctuation or by heat buildup from the sun and, in water, cold shock if they stand between the curtains and the window pane. In addition to the right air, ground temperatures are important. Cold feet can make plants sick. Also, do not underestimate the strength of the spring sun. Sensitive plants on the windowsill should be given shade. And springtime is near. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, this is about air. Air is essential for life. Plants should be well spaced so that the air can circulate. Poor ventilation encourages fungi growth. Many plants are sensitive to drafts. Correct containers, right potting mix. The size of the pot and the nature of the potting mix influence roots development. Excessive dense, musty, or improper mix and pots that are too small or too large, in the case of weak rooters, hampers growth. Occasionally, you should loosen the soil with a fork and remove any deposits. I do that from time to time, move my soil around before I water my plants. Okay, this will be the last tip. Ensure cleanliness. Many plant diseases are carried by tools and hands that have come into contact with sick plants. Shears and knives should be disinfected at once, and hands washed thoroughly. Brush off old pots hard and scrub with soapy waters inside and out before reusing them. Yeah, important. So here I'm just showing, these are my baby plants. This is a 4-inch pot right here of my orange philodendron. This is an orange philodendron that I rescued, and it's had a slow year. This is my Brazil philodendron. And I just love the Brazil philodendron. Excuse me, I have many Brazil philodendron pots. And mixed in with the pot is the heartleaf philodendron. And over the winter, they've done okay. Moving along to the Thai plants. This used to be a 6-inch pot, and this is all that remains. My baby plants. This is my baby silver pothos. I don't receive much light or sun, so my plants grow very slow. And I have to use artificial light to maintain the plants. However, the Thai does have another shoot. This stem here has been working extra hard to produce these new leaves during the winter. The color is so pretty. My baby pine plant has maintained as well. She's kept her green leaves. I only have a smudge of brown leaves. And as you can see, she's maintained. I love my pine plant. This is the propagation and my baby fern plant. And I was told by the gardener to keep this plant moistured every 4 days or so. The fern plants like moisture, humidity. And it's just a few of my baby plants. I have others. This is my succulent collection, an Echeveria, I believe that's what that's called. I can mess up a plant's name, but this is my Kalanchoe plant. These are also 4-inch pots, 3-inch pots. And they've maintained over the winter time. I forget, I think it's a jelly bean, a sedum succulent. And it's grown a lot of leaves over the winter storm. I think this is called a panda Kalanchoe. I just love those orange tips on that plant. It's very pretty. You can see the little fuzzy hairs on that plant. This is also a succulent plant. I forget the name. It's maintained over the winter time. And you can see the mist of white powder on the leaves. So I try to be careful not to touch the leaves. And she has a baby right there. So she's happy. I've kept all my succulents on the window ledge during the winter storm because they require a lot of sun. I don't receive a lot of sun, but at least they're receiving a lot of natural light. And there's an artificial lamp not too far from them. Wow, that dumb cane has grown so tall. I remember it used to be 2 leaves on that dumb cane tree. My arrowhead plants. It's really bushy and pretty. The purple heart. is reaching for the window. Just reaching. You can see all the leaves facing the window. This pot is mixed with different plants. The monstera, the split leaf, the marble philodendron, the red stem philodendron, the marble pothos and red stem philodendron. Oh, the monstera is growing so pretty. This is the jade pothos. Mixed with other pothos plants. The silver pothos is mixed in there too. There's a lot of plants in this pot. They were all itty bitty babies when I first put this plant together. My fuzzy, I forget, but I had to move this plant. If you notice, there's some leaves that are green, some leaves that are purple. That's because this plant was in an awkward position. So I had to move it so the whole plant can receive the same daylight, the same amount of sun. And that's why she's different colors. She wasn't receiving the same amount of sun all over. This is my Florida Beauty, and she's really just maintained all winter. Perhaps a couple of leaves, but nothing dramatic. I just love the leaves and the stem of that plant. It is so pretty. My Moonlight Philodendron is done very well through the winter. All the crinkly leaves is new growth. She's done so good. She's produced at least 4, maybe 3 new leaves. She's done very well this winter. I would say this is about a 6-inch pot. And has a new baby coming too. I love this plant, those red edges, the pink stem. This plant has a lot going on. Well, that was just a quick one, too, of how my houseplants have maintained over the winter. Well, thank you so much for watching Ragdown Planting. Over it.